Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. I like that song, so I always let it run a little bit, you know? It is 10:28 right here on this 13th day of June. Some exciting news. Bickle Electric, staple in our community, adding a whole new HVAC division. Sam Kizer, Erin Bickle. Good morning to you guys. How are we doing?
Good morning.
Good morning. Doing great.
So this is exciting. I mean, this is the next phase of, Bickle Electric. Erin, right off the bat, take us to this partnership and how this developed.
Yeah. So Rob and I launched our business, in 2012. Mm-hmm. And really with just the hearts to provide quality service at a reasonable and fair price, and also to just serve our community. We are wired to serve. Rob and I as individuals, we serve in our community in different aspects. And then as business owners, it's just another avenue for us to provide a great service. And so this opportunity was presented to open up the HVAC division and really take our business to another level or another set of services. And so we're super grateful and thankful for all of the support that we have in the community. And we're thankful to have Sam.
Well, and one thing too, Erin, you guys have really earned the support too, because it's one thing for, and not to, throw shade at anybody, but, a lot of businesses go, we really want that community support, but you guys really put into the community what you expect to get out of it. And that's what I think is great. You build up other organizations, you build up other businesses, and now to celebrate this in this new phase, I mean, this is great stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. And now, Sam, take me through this. How exciting is it for you to, kind of be, right there with Erin and, Rob and starting this chapter?
Absolutely. We're very excited to start this new phase. Rob and Erin has been jumped all in on this, so we're very excited about that. We've got some great technicians. We're going to offer quite a few range of services for the individuals in the home. Not only as heating and cooling, we offer gas line. We'll replace your furnaces, your air conditioners, your appliances, ice boxes. We can run a water line to your ice machine. We can repair gas lines.
Wow.
Full gambit of the services inside your home and light commercial.
Talk about a win for Bickle and a win all around. I'm loving this because I was just talking to you guys off the air. I'm getting ready to close on this house. They've heard enough about me talking about this. But Lisa Webb's great, thirdstrealty.com. I need a new gas line for my HVAC. The one that's running out, getting a little bit older. Can you guys tackle that?
Absolutely. That's right in our wheelhouse.
Guess who I'm calling here in a couple of days?
All right.
So, take us through your experience in this and, what led you to really this merger? Was it just a kind of a nice career that, felt like there was a need for this and let's partner and see if we can do it?
Yeah, I've been working with Bickle for probably 5 or 6 years now. They've done work for me for electrical on my HVAC side. So it was just a perfect marriage. When the opportunity came up, I jumped all over it. I was very excited about it. Just to do what I love to do, work in the field and take care of customers.
Right off the bat, too, what's the team looking like that's around you in this division? Have you gotten some good hires so far?
Yes, we do. We've got a great group of guys. We've put together about 75 years of experience from our service guys out in the field.
Already?
So, then we'll grow. We're putting together a sheet metal shop right now. It'll be up and functioning probably within the next 2 weeks. So we'll be able to fabricate any type of sheet metal repairs, things like that.
That's huge. I mean, that's a really big service because I don't know how you guys feel, but especially when I was looking for, a good company or anybody to do these type of projects and work, it was almost like, one company kind of just stuck to their own thing and that's cool, but everyone else was just kind of like, an independent contractor, maybe not verified all the way, and especially with a gas line, I want to make sure it's done right.
Well, that's one thing that Rob has done. Rob and Erin has hit on the residential market and really done a great job at that, and that's what we want to build off of. There's not too many union residential companies around here, and we will be that. So we want to offer a great service. We offer financing at a great price. So we offer a little bit of everything.
And now take me through this, because I'm sure that, in your past work experience, you got to work with, many companies and got to do quite a different things. What's it like being with Bickle compared to, some of the other companies you've worked for?
I just know Rob and Erin's been great.
Yeah, so good answer right there.
My positive point about it so far. When you have great owners, it just makes your employees want to work harder for them, and so we can be more successful.
Absolutely.
And I'll just add to that, we are the conduit that makes it possible for this team to go out and do this work. But it is our team that makes the company so great. The atmosphere, the culture, the hard work, the integrity, those things are so important to Rob. And I just firmly believe that the right people at the right time are placed in our pathway, and we get to steward that as business owners. But it's the team that really creates the culture.
Well, you're absolutely right too, because I mean, what you guys have done really is create this community organization. Because so many times everyone wants to start a business and make the million right off the bat, but you got to develop that support system and really just serving us for the last 12 years now?
Yeah.
Oh, I barely did math there. But I mean, it's exciting. It's really cool though to know that we really have this resource and you guys keep adding on to it each and every chance you get, like you are with Sam. And now right off the bat how long has this been going?
We've been working on it for about a month now, but we just started rolling out this week with guys on the road.
Wow.
So we got guys out there doing service right now. We're prepared to take calls and customers.
And now with that being said, what's the best way to, kind of get on that, service? Because I'm sure a lot of these projects you guys are going to have to come out and take a look at first and make sure that, you guys can do them and what the price is.
Estimates, so just a phone call, 618-259-4499. Get you on the schedule and we'll get a tech out there to take a look at it.
That's fantastic. And now, is there something that, you were wanting to do a service that maybe you saw that there was a need for? And we're talking the whole scope of heating and cooling, but was there one that maybe some companies really weren't, hitting on that you thought this is perfect for this area?
Well, I just think we can offer better prices and a better service at Bickle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of heating and cooling companies out there. They do great jobs, but we think we're just a little bit different. We can offer a better service. We got good trained guys. They have great training. Most of them's been through Rankin. Then we go through a 4-year apprenticeship at our hall.
Wow.
So not only they're HVAC guys, they're welders, they're pipe fitters. There's the gambit of their field, and they're the ultimate professionals.
Without a doubt. And to me, and not just patronize you, but that's what I like to hear, especially, for me being that first time home buyer, and there's so many out there that are getting their first home or moving into a new one that might need some work. You want to be confident when you move in that it's done the right way, especially with a gas line or an HVAC system. And especially at this time of year, I can only imagine it's still a little bit cooler. But as temperatures heat up, is it one of those things get on the books early because we know that the service is going to ramp up here when the weather warms up?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we're kicking off with just a clean and check.
It's $125. We come out and we go through the system. We clean the system. We check all the components out, amp draws. We check all the specific components that we need to check that doesn't put you down when it's 100 degrees outside.
No kidding. And my favorite term ever, my grandpa owned Rigdon Sewer Service, my uncle owns it now, but the one thing they always stressed was preventative maintenance and to do things to, save yourself a lot of money and hardship later on down the line. And this is a great way to kind of start the relationship for someone who's never, maybe ever used Bickle, or someone who has but is trying this new division out. What a better way to start than just that checkup. And now, what are the common things that you guys are kind of managing in the summer months for this type of work?
As far as the
service, and then on top of installation and projects, are those pretty prevalent in the summer?
Yes, absolutely. It's a demand service. When your air conditioner's out, you need it fixed right away, and that's what we're there to do, to get you taken care of in a timely fashion.
Without a doubt. And now with people that are looking, I know still so many, especially my age, are going back to trade school, which I love to see. We need more. And then people looking for jobs. Are you guys looking to add to your team right now?
We're always looking to grow. No doubt, good qualified service technicians. We're always looking for those. Not only us, our whole industry is looking for those guys.
And now, one thing too, I felt was really fascinating. I don't know how it is now, but I know for a while there was, cost for, supplies and material was kind of going through the roof. Now, what are you guys trying to do to, kind of combat that? Because I know when you say $120 to, go out and do that check, that's actually very, very, affordable and actually cheaper than a lot of other companies in the area.
We don't charge extra charges. A lot of companies will come out and charge a service call.
Yep.
Our charge is $125 for the cleaning check for the first hour. If parts are extra, and if things are broken where they're longer, then there's an hourly rate along that. But we give you a basic service, a basic cleaning check, go through through everything, look at everything, then report back to the customers and let them know what's going on. A lot of times there's nothing going on. Just tell them we just cleaned everything and we left. Then we'll report to them if we find things, and then they can decide what they want to do.
But it's the peace of mind too, I'm sure, knowing, oh wow, everything is good. I can breathe easier now. And now, Erin, were you guys looking to add this service before, Sam joined or started working with you guys, 5 or 6 years ago? Was that something you always kind of looked at?
So Rob and I are people of faith, and we firmly believe that when we put our faith in God and in the plan that he has for us, that he orders our steps. And so what that means to me is that we're willing and able to be open to whatever opportunities are presented to us. And so I wouldn't say we necessarily 5 or 6 years ago were like, oh, maybe we'll start an HVAC division. But I will say that when opportunities have been presented to us, we take them seriously. And as people of faith, we pray about it, we talk about it, we think about it, we look at the business side of it, and then we make an informed decision. And so that's kind of how this happened. It was presented to us, and my husband has just an entrepreneur spirit. He is always looking to grow and just grow himself and grow the business. And so I get to support that. I say CEO, I'm the owner of the company, but really that just means Chief Encouragement Officer.
I love that.
So I just encourage just that spirit of being willing to do whatever it is that we're meant to do in this season. And so,
without a doubt. And one thing too, I mean, just to kind of piggyback off of what you just said, you're a part of a lot of, different organizations, and you do a lot of things in the community. I'm sure you might have, as the news was kind of developing in this merger, this partnership was coming together. Did you fill a few of your business friends in, or anyone in general, and get some good feedback right off the bat going, this is perfect? Yeah,
absolutely. Rob and I have other people that we surround ourselves with that are much more successful than we are. And we talk with them and we look at the pros and cons. I'm so grateful to have my dad, who is a business owner and, well beyond us in years of wisdom, that we can sit down and talk about things with. And then other just friends and other business owners, even in the industry, even doing some of the same things that we do, that we're friends with and talk things through. And so we definitely are grateful for the people and the resources that we have in our life, that we can kind of, iron sharpens iron. We can kind of, just talk through these hard things and heed the advice of the pros, the cons, and then make decisions that are informed.
Without a doubt. And, just going back to, what you were talking about with having that, residential company, what are some of your, goals, missions for, some of all the clients that you're going to, be serving, and all the ones that you've already started to serve, throughout the week?
Provide a good service at a fair price.
Absolutely.
And I want people to know that we're a trustworthy company. When we walk into the door, you know that you're going to be taken care of.
Absolutely. And see, that to me is the biggest thing. And that's why, so many times you got the Angie's lists of the world that kind of get a little brutal. But that's why I always like choosing that local company that really does support the community, but has great people like yourself, Sam, coming in and going, hey, I'm going to be honest. And I'm sure that if something's looking bad, hey, that's looking bad, we need to fix that. Or if it's looking good, hey, we're good. You're good to go. See you next year.
Yeah. And on the other side, as a homeowner myself, to be able to have a company that comes in and fixes it, but then if something goes wrong following up, that we can trust that they have integrity and will come back and make right what was wrong if needed to be, or, do whatever else is needed to remedy
as a service manager, I'm available 24/7 to the company.
That's great.
Just any hour of the day or the night, that's what we do. We take care of the customers.
Well, and see, that's a really big thing to highlight too, because, it's not going to be all of us at once at 1 a.m. having these issues, but it's good to know that if something happens at 1 a.m. during a, a terrible storm, or just out of nowhere, something breaks, we can still call the service department or reach out and see if, we can get something taken care of and not have to worry too much about it, the next day, and just know it's getting done. And that to me is huge.
Yeah, we're a 24-hour service company.
That's fantastic. And now take me through, if you could, some of the, some of the others, the services as a whole, because I know you're doing checkups and you're doing some other things, but what are some of the core services that you're providing?
So we want to do low temp, which is walk-ins, reach-ins, beer coolers, things of those natures. That all is in our wheelhouse. We work on kitchen equipment, fryers, things of that nature. So just a little bit of everything. If it gets hot, we keep it hot. If it gets cold, we keep it cold.
I like that logo. I like the quote there. That's the new motto of the company. Put that on a shirt. And now, I know that there's a lot of nuances with this and a lot of things developing. I'm sure we're going to get more information later on, and we'll release it. If we get that press release, we'll make sure we distribute it. Is there something I'm forgetting about that you want to tackle real quick before we move on down through the conversation?
We just want to talk about the cleaning checks, make sure that people get on that schedule, get them done. Next week, it's going to be 100 degrees. We don't want to wait till it's too late.
Yeah. I dropped my phone earlier during news. But with that being said, this is a once a year check, correct?
We like to do a spring check and we like to do a fall check on your furnaces. And now bigger commercial accounts, we do those more because they need more attention. But smaller residential light commercial, we're there a couple times a year doing cleaning checks on them. And things like that. Just making sure the components are still working as they should and replace the parts that we need to.
And I also wanted to ask you, too, because I'm sure I haven't looked at the text line yet because my computer's down again. But I wanted to ask about the air conditioner because I know that so many people, I drive by State Street going home from work and I see these air conditioners that are covered in grass clippings and tree limbs, and that's not good at all for your air conditioner. Is there something we can do? Maybe you're coming to check it, but in the meantime...
Yeah, as a homeowner, I tell my customers 2 things you can do. Keep your outside condenser washed out and keep your filter changed. Awesome. That's the 2 things that you can do as a homeowner to keep me out of your house as much as possible.
So, you have to help people like me understand. So, take my hose and spray off the outside of the air conditioner.
You have to realize,
clippings.
Yeah, it rains on the air conditioners. Yeah. So when they're running, you can wash them off. It's not going to hurt them. You can take your garden hose. You just want to use a garden hose with a spray nozzle on it, not high pressure, no power washer. Just roll the cotton off of it or the grass clippings. It's a very thin coil. They're not real thick on residential. So they're very easy to clean. Those are the things that you can do yourself to keep your air conditioner running efficiently. With all that cotton and grass and everything sucked to it, you're not getting, it's not working properly. It's costing you more money to operate that unit.
Now that's interesting.
So it's working really hard.
I will say, my first home I ever bought was in 2006, I think. And that air conditioner at that house got serviced every single year from the previous homeowner that lived there for years. And then I had it serviced every year. It was 30 years old whenever I bought my house.
What?
And my husband and we still own the house. We just had to replace that air conditioner last year at that rental house. And I will tell you, and I know I'm not an HVAC person, but I believe it's because it was, it was maintained 40 years ago. They made things a lot better than, but it was maintained. It was serviced, it was cleaned, it was charged, it was all of those things yearly.
Yeah, the industry tells us that an outside unit's going to last 10 years. An indoor unit's going to last 15 years. Now, that's what the industry says. But if you take care of it, you do the maintenance on it, you can get more time out of that stuff.
That is so fascinating. And 2, I'm glad you mentioned that about the hose. And now I have to publicly apologize to my grandpa, who I just mentioned, Bob Rigdon, because I said, why are you spraying that thing with a garden hose? You're going to catch something on fire. That's why I'm a radio host.
It gets rained on, so you have to look at it like that. It gets rained on so you can put water on it.
That's fantastic. And now another thing I was going to ask you is, if you're doing a check and you're going through, if you're in a basement or something, and I know that there's always that, pipe that goes out to the air conditioner, are you going to look for that to see, hey, if there's a crack in there, or there's a little space open?
Yeah, usually what we'll see is water dripping from them, so it tells us. We don't even have to look for it. It just tells us, so we can wrap some foam tape around it, fill those voids up, because that's what it is. The air is hitting that cold pipe and it's condensating.
And now, too, this has just opened up a plethora of conversation here, because this is something I find fascinating. Because in plumbing work and sewer work, there's always that, I call it the wax ring from hell, where someone thinks their toilet's flooding, but it really is, or their sewer's backed up, but it's just their wax ring's bad, so they're having a water leak. Is there something similar to that with the HVAC system?
Sure, it goes back to cleaning the outside unit and changing the filter.
No kidding.
And generally, it's if you maintain it. Now you're going to have things that go bad, but if you keep those 2 things up to date. I tell my customers, you're cutting your grass, you got your water hose out, you're spraying things off, spray your air conditioner off. It's not going to hurt it. Keep it as clean as you possibly can. And
now another thing, and I don't want to get in trouble here, but I saw this thing on YouTube, and this is what gets me in trouble because everyone has a tutorial video nowadays on how to do things. What was I see? It was a coil system, but the guy lit a lighter to it and blew off all this cotton. That's not the thing to do with our personal ones, correct? No. Okay, I wanted to ask just because I'm like, I really saw it. I was like, maybe I asked just to see if it's a real thing.
If you're trying to catch it on fire with a lighter, that would be the way to go.
No, Bickle Electric does not recommend that. Bickle Electric Heating and Cooling does not recommend you take a lighter to your coil system.
And that's why you call Bickle instead of me, because I would have gone, hey, I saw this on YouTube, let's try it out. With that being said, I know the books are probably filling. How many services checks are you guys doing a day on, or what you're wanting to do a day?
We'll take as many customers as we get. We try not to leave anybody hanging. If I can't get you today, I'll put you on the books first thing tomorrow, and I always keep in contact with my customers, let them know what's going on. Fires pop up. Cleaning checks. We get demand service, things that are broke. Mm-hmm. You could get a nursing home or something like that you need to get there right now. So that's kind of the way that we handle it. But I always stay in contact with all my customers, let them know where we're at and when we'll be there.
That is just fantastic. And what I like, too, is with just speaking with you, and this is the first time we've met, Erin. I met you one other time for Refuge, but there's no wool getting pulled over the eyes or, the let's speak louder and kind of move past some of the other services. What you're getting is, what you're getting. And that's what I think people are going to really enjoy this and really use this service and utilize it, because I think we're all tired of the salesperson. We just want somebody that's going to provide great service and keep us safe. And I wanted to ask, is there a routine, not a membership type of thing, but is there a routine, plan where, twice a year, we know you're coming out?
We can set you up with PM agreements that we know that we're going to come out in the spring and the fall, and we call you and schedule those with you. We do them for residential and we'll do them for commercial.
Wow. This is so cool. I'm so glad, Erin, that you sent me this email and let me know about this, because this is a huge service, especially now that I'm seeing the, things that I need done.
With Bickle, I think we're going to be able to offer every mechanical service in your home.
That's huge.
Yeah. We're going to keep adding. We'll add plumbers. Like I said, we have a sheet metal shop that we're building right now, but we'll grow it to a complete mechanical company.
Okay, from the mouth of Sam Kizer.
There you go. Talk about some developing news.
We have to do it all. If you're going to do it, you have to do it all. I don't want to come into your business or your home and only fix your air conditioner. I want to be able to fix your plumbing problems as well. And that's what we do as pipe fitters.
When I can see it, I'd rather know that, hey, if there's something going on with something inside there, just call Sam, call Bickle, and let's get this done, or see if they can get us started to getting this fixed. And there's nothing better than that.
Yeah, and like I said, our service techs are highly trained. They're very well paid. They're not on commission, so we're not trying to create dishonest sales guys. They're out there to do their job the most economical, safe way possible.
And it's the same thing on the electrical side.
It is.
So those of you who have worked with us over the years know that is true of our electrical business, and it will be true and is true of any divisions that we have or that we possibly add in the future, because integrity and service is truly Rob and I's heartbeat, and it's the heartbeat of the people that we're fortunate enough to have working with us in this venture.
I've always felt like I want your trust.
Yes.
I want you to trust me when I come into your place of business or your home. I know how it is having people in your home or your business when you don't trust them. You feel very uncomfortable. It's a very uneasy thing to do. So that's big for me. I want my customers to know they can trust me. That's why I'm always available. They can get a hold of me 24/7. I just want to take care of people.
Absolutely. And what's the best way to reach you guys to get set up on that check and to see if you can help us with any of our other HVAC needs?
Area code 618-259-4499.
I will repeat that. I forgot I had this in front of me. 618-259-4499. Sam, Erin, thank you so much for stopping by and filling us in on this. Am I forgetting about anything?
No, I don't think so.
Thank you.
Get on the schedule.
That's the only thing I was forgetting. Give them a call, 618-259-4499. That is Bickle Electric Heating and Cooling. How cool is that? 10:52, this 13th day of June. If you call Bickle, say, hey, I watched you on The Daily Show, and I'm ready to check you guys out. We'll take a quick break. We'll close this show out after this.